Well, it says we're live, but it also says there's an error. So let's do a sound check and we'll see. Everything looks good. Oh, funky YouTube. Welcome back. I am Dax, and this is an Adeptus Carnivalum art sesh. What's up, Carrie? We're working on one of the characters for the Chaos campaign that the players are currently going through. Made it all the way to the line art. So I'm an independent artist, as well as a professional GM on the side. And man, I don't like that arm at all. We're going to fix that. I'll do that while I'm talking. And member of the Battle Barge crew, which is an annual tabletop gaming cruise. Focuses quite a bit on Games Workshop's Warhammer 40k universe. And there is an ongoing narrative for their tournament that takes place in a system of their design / our design. So the players are currently going through a Wrath and Glory campaign set in that system. Wrath and Glory being one of the two official Warhammer 40k TTRPGs. The other is Imperium Maledictum, which I'm not a huge fan of. Do love Wrath and Glory though. I've actually got a few Wrath and Glory games going at the same time. Good system, good system. Yeah, I'm just not liking that at all. Let's do this. Let's get rid of it. That's better. And then I'll start off as I like to always start off. I'll be working in Procreate, so if you have any Procreate questions or queries, confusion, make sure to pop them in chat or comments, and I will try to get to them. If I'm doing my top 5, which I do every day, and you want to submit yours or think that you've got something I forgot, feel free to pop that in chat or comment as well. And I'll really answer most things, so feel free to ask anything, AMA, I don't mind. When we last saw our hero, me, I had just finished up the rough sketch, the character design portion of this piece, and had started working on the line art, which is where we find ourselves now. Since we did so much work on the sketch, we probably won't take too long on this. We'll see. I had some ideas last night or maybe this morning, one of the two, about some things to do as far as the chaosification goes. think they were mostly with the gun. Yeah, they were with the gun. And as Carrie probably already noticed, I didn't do my top 5 celeb crushes yesterday, but we're doing them today. Man, having issues with the rivets today. That's better. And one would think that the celebrity crush thing should be fairly easy, so we'll see how quick it goes. I'm pretty sure I know who my number one is. Pretty sure. And I am intently focused on this, ain't I? Oh, all right. Now, um, if you're more curious, if you're curious about more for the Battle Barge, if you're a 40K fan or a tabletop gaming fan, I do have the link to Event.Cruise's site in the description. Give it a check. See if it works for you. This year, the Battle Barge starts on September 26th, my B-Day. And I think it's rolling out of New Jersey this year. If you're curious about my stuff, my art station, my portfolio is also in the description. Feel free to give it a visit. I am open for commissions, I think. Yeah, I can be open for commissions. So if you got anything, just let me know. His collar, we were going to do some like hellish glow. That's why I haven't messed with that much. Well, that's one reason why that chest looked off, or his torso looked off, is because I forgot about that finger right there. We've got a nasty demonification, mutation going on. I knew something was off. But I do gotta say, I'm kind of developing a crush on Samara Weaving. She might jump into my top 5. She's just so awesome. I think the first thing I saw her in was Ash versus Evil Dead. Yeah, Ash versus Evil Dead. Love that gal. Love her uncle too. The dire palm is restless today. He's jumped up here twice already. I think he's trying to get a good nap in. Tom Felton. That's your number 5. Okay. Yeah, I might start with number 5 also. Number fives tend to be like a placeholder for newer faves for me, and there is definitely someone who fits that bill. So let me finish this mutation. We'll plop it on there. Tom Felton, huh? All right, let's see. Top 5. Pretty sure number 5 is going to be, and I got to get the spelling right. I think that's the spelling. Pretty sure that's how she spells it, but I'll double check. Nope, I was off. There and there. I think that's it. And there. Okay. I'm just in love with Zazie Beetz. She has a horror movie coming out. It actually may have just came out. Um, they are going to kill you. It's going to be a good year for horror films. If you're a horror fan, it's going to be a horror. I'm saying horror. If you're a horror fan, it's going to be a good year for you. There's a lot of cool shit coming out. Um, they dropped the teaser for Evil Dead Burn the other day. They dropped the teaser for Clayface yesterday. Um, Comic book horror film Clayface. That's crazy, 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 but cool. But we're talking about Zazie. She played Domino in Deadpool 2. Is he? Yeah, oh, I guess I noticed that. Um, when she's on screen, I don't notice much else. She was also in The Harder They Hit, and she was awesome in that. I love her. Love her so much. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one right in the middle. Get it out the way. There it is. There it is. It's out. It's in the open. It's right in the middle. Oh, Patrick Wilson. He's so awesome. So awesome. What was the first thing I saw Patrick Wilson in? I think the first thing I saw him in is he played Raoul in Phantom of the Opera, the film version. I think that was the first thing I saw him in. Was that before? That was before Watchmen, right? Yeah, I think that was before Watchmen. Pretty sure. So he played Raoul in the film version of Phantom of the Opera, which is easily my favorite um, stage musical. And oh, he was great. I mean, Raoul's not, he's kind of a two-dimensional character. He's not a great character, but Patrick Wilson nailed it. He actually got his start on stage. Um, his wife of over 20 years, they graduated the same drama school. And he is big into charities. In fact, he's got a band with his bros, and they only perform for charity, actually. Um, and he started a charity organization as well. So charities are kind of a big deal to him. Multiple different kinds of charities. Great guy, great voice, great actor, funny, sexy, sexy dude. Like I said, I ain't gay yet, but if I were, and that don't stop him being sexy. I'll be talking about how I love Kristen Stewart, and people will be like, "She's gay," and I'm like, "I don't care. I'm not." People got so many hang-ups. Anyway, I know I'm going to forget somebody as soon as I start putting more names up there. It seems like I'm already forgetting somebody, honestly. Oh, 'cause I am. She's dreamy. She's always been dreamy. Mrs. McGregor. I think she's still with Ewan McGregor, right? I'm pretty sure she's still with Ewan McGregor. Absolutely adore Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She does like no wrong in my eyes. Elizabeth Olsen's pretty awesome. Being in a Sam Raimi film helped with that. I do like Elizabeth Olsen. Definitely the sexiest Avenger. I like Maggie Q a lot. Funny thing about Maggie Q is physically so far from um, a lot of what I'm into. Most of what I'm into. I don't really have a type, I suppose, because I'm kind of all over the place. But Maggie Q is just, I just love her so much. Oh. You know who's in here? You're going to laugh at this one. Okay, you're going to laugh at this one. But I'm telling you right now. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. She may even be higher than that, to tell the truth. I might move a couple of people down and move her up on the list. And you ask, what, Dax? What? May even ask, who is that? Um, so Caitlin Collins is a reporter for CNN, and she is pretty much the real life Lois Lane. Um, I mean, she's just Lois Lane. That's all there is to it. She is all about truth, and she's not afraid to ask anything, and she has such control of her emotions. Um, but then when you see her, cutting loose, she's very down to earth, but also she has a good sense of humor. She is just the epitome of cool, um, and good. Yeah. She doesn't pick sides. She doesn't pick sides unless it's, good and bad. Then she picks sides. She's like, well, there is such a thing as truth, and some things are definitely bad. She is just the real life Lois Lane. I adore Kaylin Collins, and if somehow she hears this, she needs to know that she's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's fucking needed. She's so cool. Love Kaylin Collins. And I love Kristen Stewart. I was tempted to put her on the top five. Tempted. Tempted. Love Melanie C. Melanie C might end up there. As I've said many times, when you're doing illustrations, you got to pick and choose which things get the. What have I been calling it? I forget what I've been calling it. Which things you cheat with get lower detail. Because illustration, the whole point of illustration is not overly detailing things, and my particular style, like I've said before, I want it to give like a Saturday morning cartoon feel, or like late 70s and 80s, fantasy art cartoons. So that being said, the comic book artist in me tends to go towards detail a lot. I constantly have to break myself from putting too much detail. We probably honestly, I honestly probably put too much detail on this piece, if I'm being honest. But whatever. I'm basically trying to decide if Joan Jett is still my fave, my all-time fave. Probably. Oh, no. No. No, she's not. My all-time fave. My all-time fave. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't know why it took me so long. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Really? Russell Crowe? Okay. He's a cool dude. I like him. He's sexy. Absolutely loved him in Man with the Iron Fists. Loved him in that. He needs to do more shit like that. And of course, the first thing I really noticed him in, I think I saw him in something before it, but the first thing I noticed Russell Crowe in was Virtuosity, which I don't think it did too well, and you don't hear about it much. But I love Virtuosity, and I love Sid 6.4. That's his character from Virtuosity. Um, Fucking fantastic film. The special effects don't hold up nowadays, that's for sure. But who the hell cares? Who cares? Russell Crowe is definitely cool. I should be doing that shit later. We'll do that shit later. Yeah, so Gillian Anderson, my God. She is as cool and collected as Caitlin Collins. Maybe I do have a type. I guess Patrick Wilson kind of is too. Maybe I do, and Zazie Beetz too. Yeah, maybe I do have a type. Maybe I do have a type. In fact, the premier Mary Elizabeth Winstead role was the whole point of the character was cool and collected. So maybe I do have a type. I didn't even know it. But yeah, I love Gillian Anderson. I'll probably be in love with Dana Scully until I die. Yeah. Yep. The X-Files was so influential in who I am and such a big deal to me. Loved the X-Files. What's funny is the X-File. I also think the X-Files kind of ruined um, series. X-Files is when they really started doing the whole multiple writer thing, um, and that does not always work out well at all. I would say it's mostly a miss, sometimes a hit, mostly a miss. But God, I loved X-Files. I still watch back through them every once in a while. And I will always love Dana Scully. And I will always love Gillian Anderson. And she tends to pick roles that I'm just not interested in nowadays. But the first thing I saw her in was Lair of the White Worm, actually, which is fucking great. Cult classic. Great film, great film. Which is like streaming on everything, too. If you haven't seen Lair of the White Worm, you should. It's great. But yeah, she just does really. I don't guess the roles. Her roles, of course, interest me, but the films don't really interest me that she's doing lately, or shows. She does have a western out that I want to see though with Lena Headey, who I'm. She's I do want to see Gillian Anderson's western show. I think it's a show. Pretty sure it's a show. I do want to see that, but she's been doing a rash of things that I just have not been interested in movie wise. Um, and I love her, but unless she's in 2 hours of the 2 hour film, I'm probably not going to watch it. I did watch Tron Ares. She was in Tron Ares. Ares was not as bad as I imagined it could have been. Take that for what you will. Leto is playing Skeletor in the Masters of the Universe film. That worries me. Yeah, man, Gillian Anderson. Actually, all of them. All five. Just so sexy. I mean, even the Aquaman films, with Patrick Wilson, he was great. He was great as Orm. Yes, oh my God. I'm with you. Matthew McFadden, thank you. My God, yes, I will co-sign that. Matthew McFadden is sexy as shit. Best voice in the world, bar none. Best voice in the world, Matthew McFadden, hands down. Not even a contest. Oh, I tell you, so I want to make a movie just so I could cast Matthew McFadden as a voice in the film or in the film. Fucking love Matthew McFadden. He's a fun actor too. I like his style. He does shit that you wouldn't expect from him. Yeah, he does. He does. You don't really see his personality coming. You hear him and you see him, and you don't expect his personality. I love Matthew McFadden. Thank you for that. Thank you. I thought I was alone. I mean, he's not top five for me or anything. He might be top 10. He might be top 10. Love Matthew McFadden. And he seems a decent fellow also. I talk about his he played one of my favorite literary characters of all time actually. He didn't do it bad. The movie was bad. That's not his fault. He played Athos um, in Anderson's travesty of a Three Musketeers film. But the more I talk about the Three Musketeers film, here's the thing about that. It was bad. The Three Musketeers film, the Anderson, the Mila Jovovich Three Musketeers film was bad. It was so bad. It's bad. If you haven't gotten the what I'm laying down here, it's that that film was bad. The Anderson Three Musketeers is a bad movie. Personal opinion, of course, but it's horrible. And I've watched it multiple times. I don't love it. I can enjoy it. And here's why. It's because nobody's done the Three Musketeers right. I don't know what it is. I talked about it in one of my other top fives because it's one of my favorite books. But nobody can do it right, which makes it more of one of my favorite books. I don't. Yeah, Miniature Wife looks cool. Yeah, it does. Um, I don't know why people can't get the Three Musketeers right, but they can't. Different Three Musketeers films and shows will get certain parts of the book right, but nobody gets the whole thing right. It's like everybody's afraid to, for some reason, just afraid to um, portray the book. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you would think, the French films came out, right? The French made some Three Musketeers fairly recently, and with Ava Green, and you think, oh well, it's a French film, so they're of course going to do the Three Musketeers right, dude. The French Three Musketeers changed more shit than normal. Although in the Anderson film, I mean, it also had Luke Evans. Luke Evans almost popped into my top five. Um, it also had Ray Stevens. Ray Stevens is probably close. If I was to do my top five dude crushes, the like celebrity dudes, all three, all three of the Three Musketeers from the Anderson Three Musketeers would probably appear in my top five dudes. That's funny. Never thought about that. Which I haven't said, if I haven't said it yet, is a horrible movie. It's so bad. But Ray Stevens was a pretty good Porthos. Luke Evans was a pretty good Aramis. McFadden was a pretty good Athos. I miss Ray Stevens. I made myself sad now. I do think that was the fastest top 5 I've done so far on these. So fast. Because Gillian Anderson. I know I'm not really laying down a bunch of Procreate secrets right now. It should be obvious why. There's not much to what I'm doing right now. I have just selected my favorite calligraphy brush. I've just selected my favorite calligraphy brush and am doing line art. So again, if anybody has any questions while I'm doing this, feel free to lay them on me and I will answer them. But there's not much for me to relay right now. Are you struggling with your top 5, Carrie? Is that what you're saying? Is that what's so hard? When mine was so easy? I'd say I know what I like, but obviously I didn't know I had a style. Or preference or type. Type. Didn't know how to type. Well, it's, I mean, you like Henry Cavill and Charlie Cox, right? You like them. You said you like Patrick Wilson as well. There's that. Henry is probably going to be number 1. Well, who could begrudge you that? Henry Cavill is a sexy beast. He would probably also end up on my top 5 dude celebrities. I say probably. He would definitely end up on my top 5 dude celebrities. The guy is just so awesome. Which I guess means that I've named my top 5 dude celebrities as well. Because that's 5. Though David Delsmalkin is definitely jumping up the, climbing that list. Love David Desmondson. Josh Brolin, really? That's unexpected. That's crazy. Okay, unexpected. It always amazes me how short Mazes. It always amazes me how short Brolin is. Brolin, whatever. I mean, I like Brolin. Don't get me wrong. It's just shocking. I think you're probably the only person I know that feels that way towards Brolin in that capacity. Specifically in the Goonies. So, you know, Brolin from 40 years ago. Gotcha. 40-year ago Brolin. It's pretty funny. I mean, you can do a top five characters if that's the hang up. This is celebrities, not the character. I know that I said I was in love with Dana Scully, but Gillian Anderson I actually adore as well, not just Dana Scully. Like the character AJ from Armageddon, I love that character. I don't necessarily love the actor that portrays him that much, but I loved AJ. I guess I have the jaw on this one, don't I? Why do I have the jaw on that one? Because I got the jaws hanging at the bottom. I think I did a bad angle. I think it was not supposed to be at that angle. Okay, tell you what, let's do a quick intermission so I can refill and see if I need to go back over that skull. So a quick intermission and we'll be right back. Be right back. All right, so the answer was yes, we're going to redo that because that skull is supposed to be at a different angle. I just saw this here. I was thinking that was a cheekbone line I left for myself. So it should really be like... Got Pomeranian hair all over. I was going to fix that because it was way too sloped, but it kind of looks like maybe a gene stealer cultist, so I kind of like it. Alexander Skarsgård is awesome. Yeah. Yep. I could begrudge no one putting Alexander Skarsgård in their list. Love that man. I loved Eric, but like I said, what was yesterday, day before? Skarsgård is pretty much Eric. He's definitely typecast in the role. Yeah, I remember him from Zoolander. He was so funny. And he's had a lot of good little films too. I know he's got that new gay film. What is Mute? I think there's Mute is just the name of this one film where he played this Mute. There was a movie that he did with that Spanish actor. Oh, what's his name? Where they played two crooked cops. Love Skarsgård. Love that whole family though. The whole Skarsgård family is awesome. Stellan is awesome. Um, what's Pennywise's name? Jason. They're all awesome. Big family too, in more ways than one. War on Everyone. Is that it? Is that the name of it? The one with where they're the cops? That does sound familiar, but I don't know if that's the one. Maybe it is. You might be right. It does sound familiar. And of course, Northman was great. Northman was really good. What's some other dudes that I'm in love with? Willem Dafoe, Ethan Hawke. should do? We should do like a grot skull. Let's see. I'm not sure I've ever drawn a grot skull before. Maybe like that. Gotta be much smaller. See what I mean? I give a lot of detail to something that's just going to be a damn VTT token. That's what I do. It's what I do. Something's supposed to be really simple, I make it super complicated. That's me in a nutshell. How did I get in this nutshell? Anya Taylor-Joy was also in Northman. I dig her a lot. Although I wish everybody would just stop losing so much fucking weight. You can tell we're run by a bunch of fucking pedophiles because it seems like everybody wants female stars to be built like young teens. Never understood that. I loved it when Anya Taylor-Joy was bigger. Ben Hardy, not Tom Hardy. Love Tom Hardy. Let's make that a little thicker. There's why. Yeah, McFadden's the bomb. Yeah, well, I never in a million years would have picked him for Athos. Um, I'm not saying he screwed the pooch either. I'm just, if I haven't said it already, saying that that movie was bad. So bad. Okay. Oh, you like Alan Richardson? He ain't bad. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Nice to see someone claiming to be a Christian that, actually listens to the tenets of Christ. I'll give him that. Plus, he was a Ninja Turtle. That's kind of cool. Oh my God. He was Raphael. I think he was Raphael. I liked the Brotherhood of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Fellowship of whatever it was, with him and the Cavill. It was really good. I like that a lot. There's really only one problem with the film. The female lead was useless, completely useless, and stereotyped, and I did not like her at all. It was good. But they could have taken her out of it and wouldn't have made much of a difference at all to me. Probably would have made it better. And I think Cavill's in the new Guy Ritchie film too. I guess he likes the Cavill, like he used to like the Statham. Bryce Dallas Howard is amazeballs. You got that right. She is so cool. I love her. Of course, Ron Howard would have a daughter as cool as her. She's so cool. And she doesn't care about looking like a fucking preteen. Love her. If I had to do just females, I mean, if I had to take Patrick out, Melanie C would probably jump right into that spot. So, top five celeb females would be pretty easy for me. Although I don't, Melanie C, she's so confusing sometimes. She recently passed up a chance to do something with the other Spice Girls. I don't understand why she would do that because she was pushing for it for the longest time. Kate Hudson's cool. Talk about down to earth. Kate Hudson is super. Of course, that whole family's down to earth. Of course, Kate Hudson would be down to earth. Is there anyone more down to earth than that household? Her brother. I love her brother. Yeah, no surprise that those two parents were responsible for such just good people. I say responsible. Helped with. We'll say helped with. Like the last piece we did together, I'm kind of doing my detail phase as I go here. And I did go over it last time, but for those of you who didn't make it, so the way I'm able to do these jagged lines so quickly, um, for one, it's because of my busted hand, but for two, it's because of the Apple Pencil and Procreate. Procreate is an iOS only program, and the Apple Pencil, it uses the Apple Pencils, which are pressure sensitive. So if you let up a little bit, the the pad picks it up. So it's almost like doing this with a real ink pen. Which is of course how I started because I'm old. I started out as a sketch artist. I was sketching all the time. Well, I'd say started out. I mean, in high school, I was doing mostly sketches, and then I started inking my own stuff. But before that, I mean, I'd use markers and paint, whatever. I did it all, but predominantly I was a sketchist. Got heavily into comic book art in my high school years, making my own posters and whatnot for my walls. Not to say there weren't artists that I adored. I mean, props to Jim Lee, Will Sportatio, Jay Lee, and Joe fucking Madureira. But also Frazetta. Frazetta was a massive influence. I love Frank Frazetta. His daughter commented on one of my pieces once. Made my life. If one of your idol's daughters loves your art, you're doing good. Not closing my lines is going to bite me in the ass in the color phase. It does sometimes, but sometimes I just don't want to. Like I said, illustration, not realism. You got to pick and choose what you're realistic about. What was Kate Hudson's first, or not first film, but first big, Almost Famous. Good movie. Billy Crudup, yeah. Jason Lee, yeah, good movie. That movie was actually about Cameron Crowe's life, loosely based on his life. I haven't researched it, which I should probably research before I say anything, but we'll just give it the preface that I haven't researched it. I heard that her new film with Hugh um, caused issues with the people it was based on. I haven't verified that yet. That sucks. Not that it's her fault. Skeleton Q is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I like obscure films, unique films. Mary Elizabeth Winstead actually did, you know, I had a Hitman category, Hitman film category. She actually did a Hitman film where she was a hit girl, hit woman, an assassin. I think it was just called Kate. Pretty sure it was just called Kate. Ironically, I think it was just called Kate. It was pretty good. Had a nice twist that she was dying in it. She was also in a prequel for John Carpenter's The Thing, which was, I loved it. I don't know why I didn't do better. I liked that it ended right where John Carpenter's film started off. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, not Kate Hudson. That's who I'm talking about. Pretty sure the first thing I saw Mary Elizabeth Winstead in was Scott Pilgrim playing Ramona. Pretty sure. Yeah, clearly you're ducking in and out of the show today because I brought that up earlier. Yeah, she and Ewan McGregor. I'm pretty sure they're still together. Same. Can't say I begrudge either one of them. It's the same thing with Patrick Wilson though. Patrick Wilson's wife is fucking awesome too. I'm not a huge fan of where Star Wars has ended up, but the fact that they brought Mary Elizabeth Winstead in to play Hera was so cool. I thought that was great. Made my day. Because honestly, Rebels was one of the best things to happen to Star Wars. I like Ewan McGregor in musicals too. Speaking of Patrick Wilson and Ewan McGregor, Moulin Rouge was amazing. And A Life Less Ordinary was amazing. Oh my God, I don't understand how Life Less Ordinary did not do well, did not do better than it did. It was so good. So good. His haircut was so bad in that. I wonder if they like watch their older stuff and they watch Life Less Ordinary and Mary Elizabeth is just like, honey, what were you thinking with that hairdo? Uh, that's funny. Oh, I almost forgot that pipe. Is that off? That is off. So what we're going to select that layer. We're going to select. We're going to get the select tool, and we're just going to move that to where it should be. Maybe distort it a little bit. I think it's going to be like that. There you go. Okay. I said for this turbine we were going to do some demon energy too, so we won't fill in too much on the turbine. Oh, 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 that's right. Cords are coming out of it. I forgot that last time too. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, that was the handle. What am I doing? We talked about Samara weaving a little bit earlier. I am so humored by her press tour while pregnant. Just when you thought Samara weaving couldn't be any cooler, pregnant Samara weaving is so cool. I love her. I think I'm gonna have some Cajun pasta for lunch. I'm getting kind of hungry. I made a whole big old pot of Cajun pasta the other day. I put the meat that I used was actually sardine. I put sardine in it. It's the first time. It's pretty good. Just don't put too much because sardine is potent. I've used tuna fish before. It's really good with tuna. I probably like it better with tuna, but sardine is just so good for you. You know, like actual health wise. Um, if it's your first time, I would recommend tuna because it's harder to cook with tuna, with sardines than it is tuna. So I put sardines in it, and then Cajun seasonings, not the combined, not the store-bought Cajun seasonings. I make my own. So you know, like garlic, bay leaf on top, cayenne pepper, thyme, a little oregano. What am I forgetting? There's a typical Cajun herb that I'm forgetting here. Can't remember what it is. But anyway, the typical Cajun seasoning. Most people have the stupid shaker, the Cajun seasoning shaker. If you've got that, just use that. And then I made a white sauce with it, but with cheddar. So cheddar and milk, a little sour cream, and then shells, pasta shells. Good. You can use chicken too. Cajun chicken pasta is legitimately awesome. Not gonna lie. But I tend to like it with just about any ingredient. That line is off. I thought it was. Okay. It's a little too forward. It needs to be like right around there. Yeah, Cajun pasta is Pretty good. So I think the best Cajun pasta I've ever made is a chicken Cajun pasta with blue cheese, with a blue cheese sauce. So chicken Cajun pasta, but with a blue cheese sauce. Was so good. Was so good. That's probably the best I've ever made. For some reason, blue cheese makes the best white sauces. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my cooking, but I love a good blue cheese sauce. Oh, goodness. Oh, and I don't give enough props. I should remember. I need to make myself a note to remember to do this every episode. But the music that we're listening to is Alex Jones, not that Alex Jones, and he's kind of awesome. He also is here on YouTube, so look him up if you like it, because I like it. I support him. You've been craving a good Euro lately? Yeah. Bastion actually made Euros day before yesterday. Yeah, Sunday night, Bastion made Euros. His first time, I think. I didn't ask him if he made his own tzatziki. I love making tzatziki. Probably because making tzatziki is so easy, but making Euro meat is so hard. I say hard, it's just tedious, I guess. It's not really hard, it's just tedious. You have to have a rotisserie to do it right. So you gotta have a good meat processor, and you have to have a good rotisserie. I like never eat out, but my one temptation is Arby's, and giving credit where it's due, Arby's has pretty good Euros. Surprisingly so. They didn't start out that way. When they first came out with their Euros, they were not good. Yeah, it's all synth music by Alex Jones, not the right wing podcaster. And I dig him. We're using it. We're using him for the Chaos Marine campaign as well. Well, that's just horrible, isn't it? Let's try that again. I think I like him so much because he reminds me of Miami Vice. Whenever I hear this, I think of Miami Vice. No, I want to watch Miami Vice. Maybe I'll watch some while I eat. top 5 guitarist sometime. I probably will, knowing me. It's kind of an easy one, though, isn't it? I mean, Prince, Tom Morello, Mark Knopfler, Eric Clapton. Got room for one more? The Edge, maybe? Willie? Elvis? Yeah, that one's pretty simple. It's just kind of laid out. Prince was nuts, but he was pretty fucking awesome on a guitar. I mean, Eric Clapton was even the guitar in My Guitar Gently Weeps. Um, oh, Hendrix. That's who the fifth one is. Yeah. Mark Knopfler might be my top guitarist. He's just, I mean, I guess just because he oozes guitar, like he is guitar. Everything about him. I mean, he's got a guitar business, he's got guitar hobbies, he's super well known for his guitar, and he's responsible of some of the best guitar solos ever made. He was the guitar in Princess Bride. Yeah, Mark Knopfler's probably my favorite guitarist. The Edge is pretty damn good. I've seen The Edge do some really cool stuff live. Tom Morello is amazeballs. Hendrix also responsible for some of the best guitar solos and riffs of all time. Joe Perry. Eric Johnson. Um, Seems like I'm forgetting somebody. Yeah, but I mean the top 5 seems pretty simple on that one. I mean it's almost cliched how good the top 5 are and how well known they are for being the best. Plant. Jeff Beck's pretty good, but I mean you're not naming bad people. It's just the top 5 seems taken to me. The ones that you would expect to be the top 5 are probably my top 5. Sting is pretty damn good on guitar. I do like Sting's guitar. Maybe there are some contenders. There's a little bit of a fight for top 5 maybe. Because Sting is really good on a guitar. Of course, he's literally a musical genius. The guy teaches music. Um, and Sting can play like 9 instruments, I think. He's crazy. Crazy, man. Joan Jett, she's in my top 5. So that's probably my top 5. Joan, Tom Morello, Eric Clapton. Probably Prince, Mark Knopfler. I suppose. I mean, I think Willie was better than, or is, Willie's better than Glenn Campbell, though. And Waylon better than Glenn Campbell. How about that? We did a top five so fast today that we had to do another. I don't want to make these holes too distinct because we'll probably do some demon fire coming out of here also. Which could easily just be confused for melt-a-gun fire. Oh, I didn't finish my tentacle. Just realized that. And we could be cutting corners with these as well. You could just, we could select one and copy and paste it. Where's the fun in that? I've showed y'all how to do that before. Maybe not today, but too jagged. Got to get the right combo of jagged lines and smooth lines when you're doing chaos. Marines. Oh my goodness, which I am not doing a good job of. Okay. Patrick Wilson's brother's a pretty good guitarist. Mark, I think his name is Mark. He's pretty good. Or is Mark the drummer? He might be the drummer. One of his two bros is a pretty good guitarist. Not top 5, but credit where it's due. What's funny is, so here's Patrick Wilson's co-star in The Conjuring has a band also, Vera Farmiga, with her brother too, come to think of it. So she's got a band also, and they're awesome. They're so awesome. Their first album came out last year. So good. I like her too. She also is sexy. Love her. My God, she's got like the best eyes in Hollywood. Vera Farmiga. All those Azzy Beats eyes are pretty good. Now I'm just thinking about Vera Farmiga's eyes. Love her eyes. Not sure what reminded me of it, but you girl, again, you need to get on. You need to finish up your Diablo season before next week. Next week's new season. Everything goes away, even your character, sorta. think that's everything on the marine. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, nope. 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 Let's see. So we need to allude to some of the links, if not flat out do some of the links. There we go. And then just about to lose the pad. I'm just going to signal the end of the episode, but really all we got left is the Ormagaunt. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably put a few more details on there once I get rid of the sketch layer too. Not bad. You probably need to thicken some of the... Yeah, I still need to do a little bit of a detail phase, but maybe like 15, 20 minutes worth. Not much left to do. That's his arm. It's arm. back there, one leg up there. I think that's set. Oh, so that's an arm. That's what that is. Pauldron comes through there. I think that's the line art done, except for a little touch up. Yeah, so there you have it, right at the end. How have my gardens been coming? They're coming all right. The cilantro is sprouting. I noticed that just a little while ago, actually. The amaranth is doing okay. Something is definitely eating the amaranth, but then that's part of the reason you want amaranth. The amaranth really attracts pests. And the pests don't get on the grain either. They just like the leaves, which you can eat. I mean, you can eat amaranth leaves like straight off the stem. Uh, but pests love amaranth leaves, so it'll draw the pests to the leaves, and then the grains grow. You collect the grains, you make flour. Um, like I said, cilantro sprouting. I think I may have seen an olive tree sprout. Maybe I'm keeping an eye on it. Of all of the cabbage that I planted, only 2 sprouts have popped up, and I think something's eating them as well. So I need more. I need to get more coffee grounds into my cabbage garden. If you didn't know, you can use coffee grounds at the base of your plants to protect against pests. And eggshells. Eggshells really help against slugs. Um, None of the trees are really sprouting yet. I planted apple, lemon, and cocoa seeds, but no trees have sprouted yet. That's not counting the olives. I think there may be an olive sprout or two. The sage, I think, has 2 sprouts. The basil is growing fine. Basil grows great down here. It's gonna be a big crop of basil this year. Um, Something is growing. I thought it was the okra, but it doesn't look like okra. So I don't know what it is. I guess maybe I forgot what I put there. But if it's not okra, then the okra is not growing. Um, my spearmint seeds, none of the spearmint seeds took off, so I may just transplant some of my spearmint because I've got tons because spearmint just takes over. I planted some more lemon balm in the patches. It's not sprouting yet. Uh, the cucumbers don't seem to have taken, although it is a little early for them. Is that everything? Rosemary. I think I saw a couple of rosemary sprouts. So everything's growing about as you would expect. Uh, yeah. So I'd say good. Gardens are going good. It's been really rainy down here. Oh, this week. Um, that's helped, as long as it doesn't do it too much. Last year it was so rainy it actually killed a bunch of stuff. So don't want that this year. I also got a little extra. I ordered a little extra garlic, so I got some extra. Um, garlic bulbs. I ordered some extra garlic bulbs from the grocery store, so I'll probably plant some garlic here soon as well. So gardens are coming good. I should probably take more pictures and stuff. I just don't. I don't know why. I don't take my phone with me. My flip flops blew out. This is what's funny, and I had I had sandals ready to back up my flip flops for when the flip flops blew out because I knew they were blowing out. But when the flip flops blew out, I just haven't been wearing anything. So I've been walking around barefoot outside. And let me tell you, you should do it. That connection with nature is kind of lacking. Makes a big difference. So walk around, say hi to my trees barefoot. Yeah, check on the gardens barefoot. Yeah, love that. Love that shit. You're going pretty good. All right, well, that's it for today. Hope you learned something. Like always, feel free to put in the comments any requests you have for Procreate information, questions on Procreate, questions on, I guess, digital art in general, on anything really. Your top five, if you want to put your top five for the day in the comments, feel free to. And you can recommend future top fives. I'm pretty easygoing, but I will be back tomorrow. We don't got much to do before we start colors, so we'll be working on colors tomorrow, and I